Hi, welcome to our farm. Today, I would love to talk to you about how to start your horse or your donkey or your equine in liberty training. Everybody wants to do it. It sounds so much fun. But how do you build that trust? How do you even start? Well, that's what I'd like to talk about today. First of all, I use a clicker. Not everybody uses clicker training, but I do. It gives the animal just a very clear message of what you're asking, and it gets rewarded for it. So it's all positive. It's positive reinforcement, and it is broken up into little itty bitty sections, so the animal learns, slowly and has a much better communication with us as far as what we want. So how do we do clicker training? Well, there is a clicker. Let's see if I get my little trusty tool here. This is a clicker, and it's a little gadget that makes a noise. And we use that to basically mark the exact moment the animal does the behavior we want. Not necessarily the whole behavior, but a section of it, because we're going to break the behaviors up into little sections and then build on that until we have the whole behavior. So, and another tool we need is obviously treats. I get everything from, these are, like peppermint treats or apple flavored horse treats. Also, what works well is peanuts in a shell, carrots, apples, and of course cut into itty bitty little, cubes. Nothing too big, because you're going to be rewarding them a lot. So you just need very little bitty pieces. What else sounds good? Oh, anything really that they like. Fruit and let's see, apples, peanuts, and then animal crackers. They do like them. And if you're trying to teach something really hard, or you really need the focus of your animal, they love ginger snaps. So those are always some options to use. So obviously now we have our clicker, we have our treat, and I use what's called a target stick. It's just basically a stick. It could be a dowel rod, could be a broomstick, whatever you want to make it. You take a tennis ball, cut a hole in it, put it on there, and that is for the animal to learn to touch, because we use that later on to guide them and to have extra reach if we need them to, perform something a little further away from us, or just to, have them follow it. We can also use this to put it stationary, where they just touch it and stay there. So as a stationary target. Now this I'm going to use today. Well, I might not use it today, because I'm going to start in the beginning with my little colt Elliott. He is a 10 months old. Well, he's almost a yearling now. Elliott is a mammoth jackstock donkey, and he's new to, training and learning, and I'd like to give him a little bit more formal instructions. We've worked basically just on his manners for now. And now he's at an age where he's a little bit older, he has a little bit more concentration. So we're going to go ahead and work on learning new things. So I want to introduce him to clicker training, and basically I want him to learn to follow without any kind of rope. So no halter, no rope. We're just going to go ahead and have him learn to touch and then follow my hand. So that's what we're going to go ahead and, work on today. But before we start that, I want to talk about a couple things. Besides the tools, I want to talk about how do you get their attention? How do you keep their attention? That is by using, obviously, food treats and short sessions. And, just 2 minutes here, 5 minutes here, and then quit. Then go to something else or give them a break. They like to kind of get a break and process things that they just learned. And so you don't want to just overwhelm him with, 30 minutes worth of new instruction. It's just too much. Even for an older horse, or an adult horse, because it's new to them. And anything new, when you use your brain, it wears you out. So that, short and sweet. Mugging. People always talk about, oh, you feed your animals treats. That's terrible, because then they just want the food. Then they start biting you. Then they get food aggressive or people aggressive. No. I've been training for a very long time. And as long as you teach them that they only get a reward when they do what you ask them to do, they do not really give you any problems as far as, getting grabby or anything like that. I make sure the treat is delivered further away. I reach out, to give the animal the treat. And like I said, the problem with biting and mugging comes when they get treats at random without working for them. That's when you end up, creating a biting or mugging animal. So, but for our purpose, for teaching them clicker training, no. They learn very fast that they only get rewarded for the behaviors that you ask for. Always stop while you're having fun, or while the animal's having fun. If you're frustrated, or if the animal's frustrated, or he just can't understand what you're trying to say and he gives up, or because he doesn't have the extension span, just keep it short, keep it sweet, and before you know it, it'll be so much easier, and the animal will learn, because he's having fun, not because he has to do something that he doesn't want to do. So I'm gonna go get my trusty donkey, and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I am back. Let's see, where's my little numbers? Oh, it's so hard to see here. Okay, well, here I am with my trusty donkey. Let's see if we can turn this around. This is Elliott. Elliott, step back a little bit. Come on, so people can see you. There you are. So this is what Elliott looks like. He's a big baby, and I want to teach him to basically touch my hand with his nose as a target. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my hand near his face, and if he checks it out, I'm going to click this, because what it does, it marks the behavior that I was looking for. So if he touches it, it's going to be like, oh, that's what she wanted. So first of all, of course, we have to load, this has to have meaning, okay? The only way this is going to get meaning is if I click and hand him a treat maybe 5 times, and then he will understand that that click means I'm getting a treat. So I'm going to give him his treat. Yeah, let me move back a little bit. I hope you can still hear me. Come here, baby. Okay, come here. Come here. Okay, so here we are, and I'm going to click and give him a treat. And I'm just going to do that several times over. Okay. So now he's realizing the clicking means he's going to get a treat. Okay. Okay. So now that he realizes the click means he's going to get a treat. I mean, some animals you can do it just 5 times. Some animals you have to do it 10 times before they get the association. We played with him before, so he kind of knows what the click means. Some donkeys or horses need 20 clicks before they realize. So now I'm going to put my hand out. I'm going to tell him touch. And he touched it with his nose, and I'm going to give him his treat. Okay? And then again, I'm going to say touch. And I'm going to give him his treat, but watch where I put my hand. I reach way out to give him his treat. I don't let him near my bag because I don't want him to stick his nose in my bag and go ahead and rob my treats. So that is one way to prevent the mugging behavior. So again, good boy. There you go. Good boy. So once they learn to touch your hand, no matter where you put your hand, see, I can put it up here, and he reaches for it, good boy. Or I can also put it down below. Let him finish chewing a minute first. Okay, so now I'm going to put my hand down here, and he touches it, and he gets a cookie. Okay, so now that he's got that idea, I want to, once he is really good at touching, no matter where I put it, I can teach him different things, like reach around me. So if I stand next to him like this, and I go ahead and put my hand here and say reach, I want his head to go to the side around me, and that teaches him basically to give me a hug. So there's your first trick. You ready? Touch. Touch. Good. And then we're not going to put any names to it yet as far as teaching a new trick. We're just going to get the behavior to where he does it every single time. And then we're going to add a name to it. So now I'm going to put it again over here. Good. So he reached over, and after I do that a couple times and he gets it, then I'm going to put a name to it. So right now I'm going to go ahead and just, yeah. You going to touch me? He's still chewing. Come here. Good. That's it. And of course, what you do on one side, you want to do on the other side too, because you know it helps the brain. They use the right brain, so whatever you do on one side, you should do on the other, just so they learn. So now I'm going to go over on this side right here, and then I'm going to ask him. I can move my bag behind me too, so it doesn't become, get in the way. So I'm going to hold my hand. Good. And what a nice job he's doing reaching over. I'll give him a minute to chew again, because we don't want him to have a mouthful of cookies. Okay. Over here. Good. So now that he does it, fairly reliably, I can ask him to hug me. Okay? So what we're going to do is, okay, hug. Give me a hug. Yes, good boy. And I can also put my arm this way, either over him. If you have a tall horse, of course, you can't put your hand over like this. You can put your hand under. So you just put your hand here, bring your other hand. You touch. Come on. He's still chewing. He's like, hang on a minute. Okay, come here. Yeah. Good, good boy. And so whenever he's touching my hand, I give him that click. I don't know if you can hear the click from this far away. But as soon as he touches my hand where I want it, I give him a click, and then he gets his cookie. Good boy. You're so smart. And another thing you can start is teaching him to lead just by touching your hand. And that is fairly easy to do, because you're going to hold your hand out, hold it in front of him, and take a step. Let's see. and see if he'll take his, he's still chilling. He's a little slow. So let me go ahead and step away and see if he'll follow. Yes, good. There was the click because he turned into me to go ahead and follow me and follow my hand. So try it again. Come here, buddy. Okay. We'll catch up. Good. And again, no lead rope, no halter. We're just gonna, and right now he's kind of distracted, so I'm gonna go ahead and hold my hand and I'm gonna start walking, and he is following my hand, and then I'll just take 2 or 3 steps and then click it and treat. You can click after in the beginning if your animal doesn't know what he's doing yet. Click when he even attempts to pick up his foot. That's where the small pieces are coming in at. You know, you break it into smaller sections. You can't just expect him to, like Elliott here, to just start walking with me. Some animals will, but most animals won't. So what we do is we will reward just a step. And once you get that 1 step, you click and treat. And then, you know, you work on 2 steps, and then, you know, many steps. So this is what that looks like if you're just doing like a 1 step or even 1 motion that it looks like he's gonna step forward. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that. Come here. Good boy. Okay, whoa. Okay, so here we are, standing still. So I want him to move forward. So I'm gonna put my hand forward and take 1 step. There. He followed me, and I'm going to give him that cookie. Okay? And then if I want him to step more, I stretch my hand out. He touches it. He took a step. And here you go. And before you know it, all you have to do is hold out your hand, and he's just going to follow you wherever you go. See, this is what it looks like. Come on. This is what it looks like when you have hands-free leading. I mean, not hands-free, what am I saying? Well, it is kind of, but halter-free and rope-free leading, just with your hand. But like I said, start out slow, just reward even just the slightest step, even just 1 foot that moves, reward that until you get the first big step, and then keep, you know, reward that until, no, you may not have any cookies because I didn't ask for anything. So anyways, that is your start to liberty training. Number 1, it builds trust, especially small fun sessions that yield lots of rewards is what your donkey or your horse is looking for. So that alone in itself is fun. So if you do that and keep the session short, you build trust and you build a relationship with your animal. And then you can start with more difficult things, and I'll go into details with that on my next session. So I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. If there's anything that you have a problem with or that you have a question on, just shoot me a little comment and I'll make sure I'll answer it. Okay, well, here you go, and this was little Elliott, little big Elliott over here, huh? Yeah. We'll give you an update on some more liberty training. All right, have a good day.